Oh, goodness. I get to admit everybody. How exciting is that? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I just wanted to make you smile, sis.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look, what is this admit people?
My favorite.
I don't know.
Is that new? That's so fun. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being on tonight. We're excited to get this call going again.
Absolutely.
Here we thought everyone was getting bored and sick of hearing us talk. And we found out that people do like to hear us talk. So yay. All right. I don't know what this thing is. I got to admit people. I don't know what the setting is on there. But so we are excited. If you want to just grab your teams, I'll keep admitting people here. This must be a new feature. And go ahead and mute yourselves if you can. And this is being recorded. Yes, it is. Last time I thought it was not automatically recording, so I pushed pause. So it didn't get recorded, but I am not going to make that mistake this time. Oh, I think I see some new names, so we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves as well. So I'll just kind of go get this thing going, because I want you guys to come on here and know we're going to start at 6:02 and we're going to end. It's going to cut us off at like 6:30. So this is good. We're going to make it short and sweet to the point. But for those of you that don't know me, I'm Stephanie Wood, an executive here on this team, this amazing team led and by our mentors, Tami, Castronovo, Troy Alexander, and Freddie Elias. And Terry Bryant is also a sister line of mine that is such a great leader as well. And so you will hear from the three of us. Let me admit all these people here. You're going to hear from us, the four of us, throughout any times that we do get on. This call will be every single Tuesday at 6 o'clock. It is not something that you have to be on. You can catch the recording. I will touch on why we switch that up at the end of this. But first, I would love to introduce Alexander. Troy is an incredible mentor, coach. He just gets us in the right mindset. And he's a fierce man. He's a lion roaring, and he's ready to go. So I'd love for you, Troy, you're going to go over the power of going to an event, being there, and what will come out of that.
Absolutely. And if I hear some background noise, so if anyone could mute themselves out, that would be great. There it goes. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. Well, you know, Steph, and I'm excited about this, that we brought this back. You and I talked about it actually late last week, I think it was. And many of you have attended, several Xyngular events since you've been with the company. And, I think everybody walks away from an event stronger, just the camaraderie that we have, the culture of the company that we have, the leadership that we've got, the amazing stories that every event there's, several new amazing, product stories, business stories, and we all, walk away from each of those events with something different. And, it's been said many times, you guys have heard this, leaders are born at events. And it's true. That's never going to change. And I was thinking about that over the last couple of days. I go, you know what? Leaders can be resurrected back at events. And I don't know where you ended up last year, what your goal was for the year. A lot of times a new month comes along, a new year comes along, we get all excited, about starting off fresh. It's kind of like a little baptism sometimes when we get to start a new month. We're all excited. We set the goals. We write them down. Some write them down. Some are accountable to someone for those. Some are not. Some track the IPAs. Some do not. But those are just a couple things right there that, how important not only to set the goal, but to reflect back on the previous month, the previous year. And I spent quite a bit of time there, Steph, going into the new year. And, one of the things that was on the radar screen was, man, we got to pack the house out with our team when we gather, in Las Vegas in April. And, I look, Steph, out over this team, so many incredible people, so many incredible leaders. I know most of you are probably not where you want to be at. And as we begin, the new year, whatever you can do to get to Las Vegas, make that decision to get there. I mean, not only the meetings and all the, time together, but, outside, the breakfasts, the lunch, the people that you run into the hallway, and have a lot of great, conversation with, for sure. And I know right now the first-time attendees, the discount, I believe, the registration is $59 for the first-time person to register for an event. Guys, it's just, it's critical. It's critical to be there. And I thought about this earlier, well, not today. I was thinking about this over the weekend, but, whatever the cost is, the investment is, it's an investment in your business. Yes, it's a tax write-off, but it's an investment in your business. And, being in the financial services industry for, several years, it was always a return on investment. And I'm sure most of you that have went before, and you calculate out how much that you actually spent to get there, and what that event meant to you over the first 30, 60, 90, maybe 120 days of coming back from it. I'm sure for many of you, it was, investment times 3, investment times 5, investment times 10, investment times whatever it is. But do whatever you can to get to the, to Las Vegas. It's going to be a great event. And that's just, I'll just leave with that, Steph. Thank you so much for encouraging, and well, actually thank several members of your team, to come in to you and bringing this back together, and real excited about this. And with that, I believe I'm passing it over to Mama Bear.
Yes. Hi. Oh my gosh, I just lost the visual. Can you guys see me?
We can see you.
Okay, here you are. I don't know. I clicked something and it covered up the page. Thank you, Troy. Yeah, I agree with Troy. Those events are game changers, and it will totally, put loft underneath your sails, and it will change the direction that you're going. And if you don't think you know what you're doing, you will leave there with so much direction, so pumped up. That first event, I don't think we would have stuck around. I just don't think we would have understood what we had in our hand. I'm unmuted now. Okay, good. I don't know what we would have done if we hadn't gone to that first event, honestly. We really got the direction of the company. We got to meet the leaders, like the corporate leaders of the company, and we got to forge new friendships and relationships. So it's been invaluable. those relationships and just seeing what the heart of this company is and being with all those motivated people and learning together there's no price tag on it, and it's tax deductible, and it's Vegas, you guys. So I'm going to talk about Teamzy a little bit. Teamzy, Teamzy, is a new app that you can purchase. Actually, you can try it out for a month for free, which is fabulous. You don't even enter a credit card. And it's a tracking system. It's already Xyngularized. It already has things like, if you keep tracking your chats and recap conversations in your chats, it's not that much different. You do it in the Teamzy app. And it also gives you an assignment. It gives you an assignment of who to follow up on every single day, prospects and team and product users. And then when it's a prospect follow-up, it's going to ask you how did it result in a sale, or if it was just follow-up, or it has places for you to put a couple of notes so you don't lose track. And then you get to rate that prospect according to how often you want it to pop back up to follow up on. And so they'll just put it in the funnel, and you don't have to scroll through chats or look through notes or these notepads and try and remember who you need to follow up on. And then when it gives it to you, you can click on that person's name and see where you left it with them and how you know them and all that stuff. And so it's tracking your activity, it's tracking your follow-up, it's customizable, and it's user-friendly. So I've just started using it. Terry Bryant would probably even be better to talk about it because she's been using it for about a week now, and you can link up to each other. So she's waiting for me to hurry up. I need to request a report from Xyngular because, when you have a bigger team and you're a director or above and you're actually at that director or above rank, you can request a couple of reports that helps make your upload easier of your team and your, stuff like that. But for those of you that don't have a giant team, you can just start logging people in and it won't take you any time at all. But anyway, you can link up with a buddy, an accountability buddy, or a few people on your team. You can see each other's activity. And because they give you a little emoji rating, like a sleeping emoji if you haven't done anything that day, or a big star or whatever, you can see, and it spurs you on to compete. If you're not normally competitive, it just kind of spurs you on to go, oh my gosh, I'm going to do 5 more just so I can go to bed and be ahead of her. So it gives you follow-up lists. Let's see what else is, the free trial, you don't enter a credit card, but if you decide to do it today, Teamzy just decided, they let Deanna and Danielle know that because so many Xyngular people have been responding so positively and joining the free trial, that they're going to, for anybody who joins and pays before March 31st, so they gave us a long time to play with it, it's going to be $19.95. Normally it's $29.95 a month, so about $30 a month. People spend $30,000 a year to have an assistant look through their stuff and figure out who they should follow up on the next day. And how many of us have thought, oh my gosh, I'd pay some amount of money to have somebody tell me, sort through my team, sort through my prospects, and tell me who I should follow up on. Saves a ton of time. So $19.95. So with that discount, it's like $140 off a year. You actually get 2 free months if you pay for the whole year. But try the free trial. Teamzy.com. It's Xyngularized, so if you do end up making a sale with prospect, it's going to ask you if it was the Ultimate Kit, the Ignite Kit, whatever. It's got all our products in there. So, and it's user-friendly enough that Danielle and Deanna, the twins, actually have newer people on their team using it and thrilled with it. So you don't have to be afraid of overwhelming someone that's really, into setting up themselves and really super ultra organized. It's actually going to work great for them. If you want to know more details about it, watch the room at the top from yesterday, because Deanna went through it yesterday, and she even puts a link to a Zoom that Danielle did for part of Cala's team. Ursula and Crystal and all those guys had her teach it. So they gave us the Zoom so we could watch it, and I watched it. It was super great, super explanatory. I really want to encourage you guys to take a look at it because I love what I see, and I don't like a lot of techie stuff. Terry Bryant likes techie stuff, but it's user-friendly enough for the person who is used to just using a bunch of notepads. So try it out. So I'm going to shoot it over to Stephanie.
Awesome. Thanks, Tami, so much. And you guys, it is so user-friendly that Calla Stadell can do it.
True.
And if she can do it, anybody can do it. So that gives me confidence to get my feet wet and do it. And it's $19.99, like Tami said. March 31st is the deadline, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to get my feet wet and really get in with our leaders and the rest of our team and just get us going. I've heard that people wish if they had this when they first started 8 years ago, 9 years ago, they'd be like, you know, triple platinum ambassador, whatever. So thanks, Tami. Thanks, Troy. I know a lot of our team is going to Vegas. I am so excited. I just appreciate so much that you are willing to invest in your business. It really is a great investment. But when you go, you need to go and take a couple things back with you that you are going to change right away to make it work. It's one thing for us to get all of this training and to go to these events and take all these notes, but it can mean nothing if we don't come home and apply it or come off a training and apply it. And I am as guilty as the next person from training, and I'm not like, have you done Teamzy yet? I mean, so many of my team has asked me, have I done it yet? And I'm like, no. Finally, I was like, okay, I got to do this. So I am guilty, but I just want to encourage you all that, just pick something a week that you're going to do that will take your business to the next level. I'm going back and just kind of closing this out. Something really, really hit me. It's been a huge shift in just my peace of mind and peace of team and just this new vision of culture that I want. And it's always been this way. And I think through the years, I sort of lost it because I took the I love you, but, and then not spend any time with you if you weren't working to my standards. Not that I would not like it. I would just kind of close the door, which, it's all about time management, but you still love everyone and I spent so much time trying to get people to do more that I didn't spend enough time creating a culture where everybody can do what they want. And we love them no matter where they're at, because I'm telling you, more often than not, people go through different phases of their life, and they go from someone who wants to drive it hard to someone who doesn't really want to do anything, just wants to pay for their product. But just in no time flat, they can go again to they need to make this business work. So you just never know. And so culture is something that is really my huge focus, and peace and love. And I sound like Gandhi or something, and I don't mean to, but my heart is just super full of this love to pour out in this culture to create here. And mostly because of my own journey through Xyngular and through my own personal development, and who really God made me to be the person I need to be, is really where we are today, where we're sitting now. And, kind of was like Power Up is for the people who are serious. And come on, some people are going to say they're serious and they want to be serious with all their heart. But really, when it comes to desire and results, it's different, right? We can desire something, but we may not put the action behind it to get the results that match with what we desire, if that makes sense. So 2 different network marketers taught the Thompson rule, and I want to share it with you because I think it will really shift some perspective for you, but also give you sort of a peace of mind and maybe bringing you to where you're at. Where do you fall? And maybe you like where you see yourself fall. And this is all love. Wherever you're at in what I share I'm glad you're there. I want you to embrace where you're at. I want you to tell your upline where you are at. And I want you guys to have a peaceful, loving, relationship and organization, and how you still help people in the place that you're at effectively. And so I forgot where I was going with that. But anyways, I'm going to go through there's 3 groups, okay? And this is a known fact. 80% of people who join direct sales, they really just want to come in to maybe make $0 to $500. Maybe they just want to get their products paid for. I was that person. I just wanted to get my products paid for. I certainly did not want anything else. So, right, someone might start there, but you might finish in another, another place. But realizing that 80%, if we cut off 80% of the people who are happy to make $0 to $500 a month and to get their products paid for, we have no business. And this, to me, money was never, Troy always talking to me about money. I'm like, I don't care about money. Like, yes, it is great, but that doesn't drive me. Money doesn't drive me. It might drive some of you, but for me, that just doesn't drive me. So, look, then I don't even know where I'm going with that. But so that $0 to $500, right? They're happy there. They're happy to be a part of something. They want to be here. They love the culture. They're having fun. And when we make it not fun for them, because we're trying to turn that 80% into, when I'm going to go over the 15 and the 5%, it's not fun. And you lose people that way. And you just have to realize everybody is different. Everybody wants something different. Everyone's happy being different. And, whatever you believe in, that's great. I'm just going to be bold in my own faith that God made you the way you are, and that he will fill you with a desire in your heart. And it is you can do with it what you want. So his desire for me may not be the same desire that Kim has or Leslie has, right? Everybody is unique and different, and we have to love and encourage everybody where they're at. So just seeing that 80% and stop focusing on trying to make that 80%, the next 2 categories I'm going to talk about will totally put your mind at peace, let you enjoy doing this as a business, and let you enjoy and create a culture of love and just running through life. So the next category is the 15%. 15% of your organization wants to make $2,000 to $3,000 a month. They are going to build some leaders. They're pretty tapped in. They obviously love to be around, and they do love some leadership. There's 15%, right? So, do you see yourself in the 80% or that 15%, right? So the next category, so that 15% is pretty, you get it, right? So the 5% we're drivers. And when you're a driver, the biggest problem about being a driver is you think everybody else is a driver and they should be a driver. And if they're not working like you are, then you're like, and I wouldn't say I'm totally like that, but I'm a driver. So I'm like, well, why wouldn't somebody else want this? It's just a given. No, because everybody is made differently and everybody wants something different, right? So not everybody is going to be the driver like me. And I have to stop trying to make the 15% or the 80% the drivers. That 5%, they desire to go big, all out. They're crazy. They're on fire all the time. They might have some lows. They might crash, but they get right back up and they're just like, okay, come on. And these people want to make yearly about $25,000 or more a month. Again, some people are driven by money. Some people are driven by helping people. How many people you help in this company is how much you make. You change a lot of lives, you're going to make a lot of money. These people are relentless. They are focused. If they don't have a system or they have bad instructions, they will figure out a way to get it done no matter what. And again, like I said, the challenge with these people is that they think everybody else is a driver. And why aren't they? So don't spend all of your time right now. I want to encourage all of you because I know that a lot of you might feel the same way too, or maybe just need a perspective of what your organization is. And there's a lot of 80% to love. There's a lot of 80% to have a conversation with. And for them to be open and say, I want to be the 80%. I'm totally happy being the 80%. Or I want to be the 15%. I'm super happy being the 15%. If we keep trying to change that 80%, we're going to go insane. Like it just leads to insanity. So that's kind of where I wanted to go over the Thompson's rule. Just have you guys really look. I don't know if anybody's heard of that before or thought about that before. You might have, and it might go, oh, ding, ding, ding. But I wanted to share that with you. And what I would like you to do is I want you to kind of look at those different categories, those different percentages, those groups of people. I want you to identify with yourself, honestly. Where do you fall? And again, there's no love, there is lots of love and no judgment on this, but where do you fall? And then I want you to have a conversation with yourself. Do I want to be in that? Does my desire matching, if I say I don't want to be the 80%, that's the easiest example. If I don't want to be the 80%, but I see myself sort of in that category right now, my desire is to be the 15%. What do you need to do to be the 15% or to get there? And go find somebody that is that. Buddy up with them, accountability with them, get something going with them, and get some action behind it, because there is one thing, behind desire and activity. There just is. So look at where you are. If you are bold enough to talk with your coach, your mentor, your best friend, your cross-country buddy, I don't care who it is, share with them where you're at, honestly. And maybe if your desire is to be somewhere else, they can help you, And if you are happy as a clam where you're at, because 80% of us are happy being here, a part of this culture, be a part of it. Let's all be a part of it. Let's create a culture of love and sharing. And you remember, you can always flip from 80% to, I want to be the 5% now, you can always make a change. Or if you're at the 5% right now or the 15% right now, and you're like, I got to slow down. I got to be the 80% right now because something else in my life is calling me. That's okay too. So it's 6:27. I want to wrap it up. I want to encourage you all on the next thing too. Look at Tami, look at Room at the Top, watch that, the Teamzy Room at the Top that was last night, or I'm sorry, yesterday, and then go through the Zoom training and do that. That's kind of this week's task. But again, kind of assess where you're at, where you want to be, where you're happy, where you're not, and let's go for it. And if you have things that you want to touch, you feel like we need to get here and down and dirty in this group here, I want you to let everyone, let us know. Say, you know what, I need this. We need this. We're going to bring in some other leaders from other teams to also join us as well. And so thank you guys so much for jumping on at 6:28. I mean, look at this. We're going to end, so 26 minutes flat. Thank you, guys.
Awesome job, sister.
Troy, anybody want to end, or you good? I mean, we've got 2 more minutes, so just kidding.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you, guys. I'll put the recording in the thread.
Whoa. Can I say something real quick?
We're going to go way over time now.
No, real quick. You had mentioned earlier about the upline support of the team and mentioned mentioned Tammy's name, sister Terry Bryant, myself, and Freddie. And you forgot to mention our brother Michael. Because I know Mike pours his heart into it with Mama Bear. So I'll shut up. I don't want to go over.
Yes. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Mike and Tammy are one. To Mike.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Oh, gosh. How do I do this? Okay.